Dessert. Let me get right. Let me get my chair right and everything. Feels good to be back. And I guess even though this is kind of a battle rap topic, actually, it spawns from battle rap, but it still applies generally. Feels good to be back in Sorry It's True podcast mode though, because that last event, man, it's a lot of work. And we already back to work. Talk all that vacation stuff and yeah, whatever. 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 Let me get that out. Shout out to everybody that's coming into the chat. Happy Saturday, y'all. No games on tonight, right? Yeah, I don't think there's. I think it's tomorrow. The Sixers and the Celtics. I do wanna. I do wanna catch that. Watching from my vacation in Hawaii. Shout out to boss. Is it Gene or Sean? I think it's Gene. Appreciate that. All on your vacation in Hawaii and tuning in to the Sorry It's True podcast. That's love. Shout out to the Source, shout out to Ari Raff, shout out to Slim Diesel, shout out to Zay, shout out to Ivan Ooh, shout out to Let's Talk About It. Fight night tonight. Who's fighting? Somebody put in the comment. Let's talk about fight night tonight. Who's fighting tonight? Who's fighting? Who's fighting? Somebody put me on. Who's fighting? Who's fighting? Is it a big fight? I'm out the loop. I'm bugging. It better not be a big fight. I didn't even know. Somebody said my Sixers got a big game 7 tomorrow. Yeah, Sixers and Celtics is a big game tomorrow. We got the Lakers. We got the Lakers making it to the conference finals. Who would have thought? Yeah. So anybody that had money on them early in the season is doing okay right now. So you probably had some. If you had some early bets, so you guys had some amazing odds, some fucking 30-1 type odds and shit. If you was going for the Lakers before the trade deadline, before they got rid of Westbrook and made all those changes and shit. ARP, we need Jack versus Active. I'm not taking no for an answer. I like that. I also see what's going on out there with Jack versus Swave. That is not to be ignored. Lakers versus Celtics. Take it throwback. I'm gonna get into this topic, y'all. Give me a second. We just let everybody come in. Can the Lakers really get past Denver? Murray's been going crazy. Jokic is playing like one of the best centers of all time, even without a ring. You know what I'm saying? The joke is just Anthony Davis just has to have his best series and his most consistent series. Anthony Davis could actually play worse to me in the finals, and the Lakers could still get a chip. He has to have his best series versus Joker, defensively and offensively, because Joker's just it's crazy. It's crazy. Denver got that depth. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So what? The Lakers was the 8th seed, and Miami was the 7th seed, or was it reverse? And you got these guys both representing the conference finals, the East or the West. Who would have thought? Bye, Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? And all that type of. It's like bye, Golden. Like all these guys getting shot out. Stop ducking the smoke. K versus Mook. Who you got? We could talk about K versus Mook for a quick 30 seconds. Hope everybody still is seeing the wild buzz out there. I see controversy. I see all the picks that's coming in. It's still an amazing VOD for everybody that's copping up. Shout out to y'all. Just go to rapgrid.com. The whole 11 battle card is up there right now. It's just a lot of fucking talk around that battle, and rightfully so. But when the battle drops on the channel on YouTube, we can talk that much more. All right. K versus Cassidy or Easy. Let's talk about the Jericho Heat culture. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5 versus Denver. Bold prediction. I mean, at this point, you can't predict these playoffs. These playoffs have been the least predictable thing ever. We're gonna let a couple more people come in because I'm just trying to ball and live. $100 million. I'm calling deals. I'm the boss. Play all the bills. I'm the golden child for real. Go off in this bitch, I will. I've been on my grind for years, and I'm out here grinding still. I need air conditioning, sign a deal. I was talking about ESTG on one of my lives in like the last couple of weeks. I can't take him off of my playlist when I'm in the gym these days. That track, man, I tweeted it earlier. Some people was tweeting me like, I don't understand what he's saying. It's slick street talk to me. Open up that track. What he say? He said, he said, I had to tell her, watch her mouth. She said, there's demons on me. Now, that's my people died before me, not trying to leave me lonely. Just goes to show if you don't know, don't be speaking on it. Make sure I'm proper. Check my posture. My heat shouldn't be showing. And the way he flows on it, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Go YouTube that video. It's crazy. ESTG is, I'm late to that. All right, y'all ready to get into his topic? I see Big K. I see all these questions in here. I see y'all still talking about the playoffs. Let's get to this topic, y'all. Very relevant topic in battle rap. Normally, when I do my Sorry It's True podcast, this is episode 19. Normally, I do multiple topics. I'm just gonna really stick to one topic in general, and I'm just gonna go through like little small chapters within it. Who we kidding? A lot of this is inspired by the Easy to Block Captain card. And I'm not going there. I'm not going there, y'all. Don't think that I'm really in a mode of I don't want to be in no bullshit. I don't want to get in no arguments. I don't want to get in no debates. I don't want to get in no controversy. I just want to do my work. I just want to do my work. That's it. I want everybody else to leave me the hell alone. But as a blogger and on a podcasting side of things, I will continue to talk about relevant topics if they're interesting to me or if I feel like I have perspectives that I think people should pay attention to. I'm still me. But this ain't what y'all think it is. I'm not. This ain't no attack and nothing like that. Like, y'all know me. I'd rather just be on defense. Like people leave me alone. I don't got no issue. I just mind my business as much as possible. But let's get into this topic. The stuff that I'm about to say. Here's a disclaimer. I really mean this too, because I don't believe in disrespecting people on the internet. You know, if it's something that you feel like you're not going to want to stand on in person or nothing like that. And it's just corny. Just be outright disrespectful on the internet, unless you're just that provoked and that's your only way to get your message out. That happens. You know what I'm saying? And then in that case, if you're willing to stand on it in person, then do so. But my disclaimer is the things I'm about to say in this podcast or this video right here. Please, people, take them general. Am I speaking from a place of experience, a place of a lot of battle rap behind the scenes knowledge? Of course. But I'm not picking anybody out. If I want to single somebody out, I will say their name here in this podcast. If not, don't say, oh, he's talking about this person, because I never feared saying anybody's name if I choose to do so. I think you guys know that by now, okay? So I don't need people listening to this and then running off and saying he's talking to you or he's talking to her, he's talking to him. I'm talking in general until I say the person's name, all right? But the points still hold true because the topic is the topic. That's my disclaimer. So we see what's going on with Easy to Block Captain's card. There's multiple ways you could look at that, multiple perspectives. If you're going to be a fair person, you can say, you know, Easy has issues with certain people, and there may even still be lingering legal opinions about that still in the air, right? So maybe there's justifications on one side, and this is all allegedly from what I'm alluding to, but we're kind of, I don't know if I should really say alluding to, because we're kind of like seeing the admittance of this stuff online already, right? It's already being documented and shit. But on Easy side, you know, there's the perspective of, you know, I did my due diligence. I spoke to people. I made sure they had a certain type of status before I worked with them. And I see artists saying that as well. I'm not under contract. I'm free to do whatever I want. No exclusive deals, etc., etc., etc. Let me say this too. I totally comprehend and understand what y'all would call a blocked battle if it's somebody that has some type of exclusive contract, right? RBE doesn't have any exclusive contracts, and we never will. But let's just paint the picture. If RBE was signing somebody or a battlist to exclusive contracts, and then a battler that was under that type of deal went and did a battle, whether it be with a company or versus an opponent, or maybe timing or a matchup that I felt wasn't in my best interest. And if I pushed a button and I said, I don't want that to happen, and I stopped it, that's not a blocked battle to me. I've never labeled block battles in that sense. I think that's 100% justifiable. Never. I've never had that issue, ever. And I never will. I never will. A block battle to me, and this is the definition I'm always going, it's really the historical terminology of a block battle, which is, things that have been happening 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years back, damn near, right? And it's a good word to just put with it is just like interference, like somebody that can be coaxed, somebody that can be solicited, somebody that can, have the kangle dangled in front of them, and then they just turn off, you know what I'm saying? Or they can be leaned on, you know, if a card or a battle is legitimately booked and it doesn't happen because of an outside entity or outside persons for any reason, that's when I call something a block battle. Right. So let's get the definition clear. Let's get the definition clear. One thing that I keep hearing go around a lot too, and it burns my skin. Burns my skin. You know how we be having these words sometimes and terminologies. They come around every once in a while. They become so cliche. Like due diligence is cliche right now. Everybody says it, right? Um, you got real nigga. That's one to me. It's such a watered down statement at this point. Everybody says real nigga this, real nigga that. I'm real, real. What is y'all definition of a real nigga? Right. Stand up nigga, stand up this, stand up that. The moment somebody is willing to say that they have certain type of principles and then go opposite from those, you're not real. Can you put lying in that boat to say you're not real? Yes. We do know that people tell like little white lies and shit like that throughout the world, and people lie to children, women lie to men lie to women or whatever. If some niggas lying to some chick saying like, oh nah, you the only one, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna say, oh, he's not a real nigga because he's lying? I know it's circumstantial, which makes it gray a little bit, right? But let me not talk for the ladies. Let me talk for the men. You do man to man actions, and then you go left from that you can consider you're not being real. Point blank, period. If I have an understanding with a man and I go opposite from that, I'm not being real. We have to call a spade a spade. We say it so much. I'm real. I'm real. I'm doing the real thing. I'm doing it. No, you're not. It's not the right thing. It's not the real thing. It's actually the fake thing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I feel like when people have fake or unreal actions, you also have to pay attention to the people that respond. Like I'll sit back and I'll look online and I'll see, like, let's say somebody's being accused of something or somebody's a hot topic for whatever reason, right? And let's say they are clearly in the wrong. Maybe it's not a big deal, maybe it's just, oh, you wrong. You did bad business, or you did some wrong shit, or you did some fake shit, or you didn't stand on something. It'll blow over in 3 days regardless, right? And nobody's gonna care. Nobody's upholding people in this culture like, okay, I'm not gonna buy this pay-per-view or watch this battle or click play on YouTube because you're not a real nigga. That doesn't happen, right? But still, from a character standpoint of knowing who's who and making sure that you understand who's reliable, who's real, who's fake, who has, I've said it in a recent blog. I mean, not a recent blog, an old blog. I said snitch tendencies, right? Sometimes you gotta see people around how they react to y'all. Watch them. Y'all watch who co-signs shit that is just pure 100% wrong, pure 100% lies, pure 100% fake. You have to watch who co-signs, right? And when I said in a very, very old blog, I probably did a blog like 2 years ago, I said snitch tendencies, and I used the terminology of turncoats as well. And this is why I generalized the disclaimer earlier, because, use the word snitch and somebody, is he talking to me? ARP called me a snitch. Generalizing people. The turncoat shit and the snitch shit and the unreliability, like, because so many people are infatuated with snitching, the unreliability in the detective's box, right? Or in when you're getting questioned by the authorities, right? Let's just use that, since people are so infatuated with that shit over like the last couple of years. Who's snitching? Who's sturdy? Who can sit in the fucking face to face with authorities and keep shit solid and not throw their peoples under the bus? I don't give a fuck if it's fucking T.I. and Boosie or 6ix9ine. The culture's infatuated with snitching right now, right? Cool. I'll pose this, blah, blah, all of that type of shit. People are just infatuated by it, right? But when people give clear-cut excuses to retracting from doing real things, that's what I call snitch tendencies. Because all you're trying to say is that I'm real, I'm honest, I'm sturdy, I'm standing on principles and morals up into this particular circumstance. If that circumstance happens, I can veer. Here's a good one where you see people veer. Shout out to my nigga Jims. I watched Jim's blog this morning about this topic, right? And he kind of went into a bag of like people saying, I gotta do what's best for my family or whatever the case may be, right? And I'm glad Jim said what he said, because I feel like it opens the door for me to further expand on it, because I've been thinking, I think some of us, the real ones, have been thinking this type of shit forever. And let's put a little bit more light on how bullshit it sounds. It's either bullshit or it's just sorry to hear that. And I'll explain what I mean by that. When people say, I got to do what's best for my family, right? And once again, shout out to Jims. He nailed it. When he's like, come on, what are we talking about here? What, somebody catch a battle check, a battle deposit for like a couple $100, at most, maybe $1,000 or two, at most, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a multi-deal with a couple promises or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting to see how many battlers I could really feel change their lives behind battle rap. You'd be lucky to find more than 10 to 20, right? And that could be a reach. That could really, really be a reach of how many. I'm gonna get into the shit that the leagues know about in a second. Let me get there first. Before I get there, I should say. All of this, I gotta do what I'm doing, or I gotta make this move to feed my son, feed my daughter. Let me go on the other side of that perspective. If somebody says that and they're being honest, you know what type of position that they're in? You're in an even worse spot. If it actually is true and it's not just an excuse. Because if you're the type of person that's dependent on a battle rap check to feed not just yourself, but your family, you have a bigger problem. And this is coming from somebody that wouldn't want to talk like this. I've said this type of shit before, because I'm more about telling people what I think is like more conducive to being productive, rather than saying something that would help me book you or help you stay loyal to the battle rap climate. Because I never really believed that battle rap is something that you should put all your eggs in as far as a basket. We know people that have quit their jobs and try to focus on battle rap full time and stuff like that. I always thought that was not the wisest decision ever. But back to the point. If you're putting all your eggs in a battle rap basket and you're really dependent on paying your bills, taking care of yourself, your family, let's say hypothetically, your kids, your son, your daughter, I don't know how many kids, some of these people, the shoe fits them, and what the point that I'm making, but you're in an even worse spot. You're in an even worse spot. Then you're almost basically alluding to yourself being in a check to check position as well, right? We heard that terminology. Let me go corporate America so that I can continue to make the point. See, I don't think that, oh, he's just jabbing at battle rappers. No, I'm making a very, very general point here. Very general point. We heard it before. Somebody that lives check to check. You live check to check. Anything goes left, you're fucked. Anything goes. Any car starts leaking oil, you're fucked. Car got to come off the road. You know what I'm saying? Uh, broken window. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, your water heater goes. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fucked. Because when you live check to check, you can't even save. Can't save money. I mean, you just like whatever's in front of you for the moment. You can't think about down the road. You can't think about a month from now, 3 months from now. You ain't planning no fucking trip that's coming up in 3 months and putting $5,000 down now on your flights and shit because you can't think that far ahead financially. Everything is about right now. I got to handle right now, right? Everything, every day, every week is right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right? And if that's the position that people are in when they say, I got to do what's best for me and my family, then that means that the league got you by the fucking, you can finish the sentence however you got. The league got you. The league got you. And that's a very, very bad position to be in. And unless you're like, a super top paid battle rapper, super top, but I don't see like the super top paid guys saying this type of stuff. I'm not gonna see Hitman or Mook or Cassidy or let's say Hollow or I'm not gonna see even the top tiers. You're not gonna see a Big K or Ill Will to say like, I did what I had to do, but they got other stuff going on. And when they spread things around, I think they budget a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And you could see the money management with some of our top tiers that have gotten to a position where they earn a certain amount of money, right? Some of them have certain salaries that's even offshoots of battle rap. I'll use an example like DNA, right? DNA doesn't battle that frequently, I feel like within like the last 2 to 3 years, right? What is it? What has been complementing that timeline? Right? A streaming salary, which is beautiful, right? So he could just sit home and just fulfill that deal and have a salary that complements whatever else he got going on. And when he gets in the ring, it's additive. When he gets a battle rap check, it's additive. That's what I've been preaching forever. Let battle rap be an additive. Let it be a side, not a main. It should never be a main battle rap. Not for league owners neither, in my opinion, right? Because there's a lot of league owners that's broke too. There's a lot of league owners that can't carry events, of certain magnitudes, or they gotta space it out, or they can't really get active like that. It's financial. It's really financial. You know what I'm saying? So it goes for league owners. It goes for battlers. I mean, like just really look around and see it. You could tell the difference. You could fucking tell the difference of people that really, really are treating battle rap like a side hustle. And I feel like the people that it's their primary source of income, the biggest checks that they get is from battle rap. The only checks that they get is from battle rap. They're going to fall into those situations. Not only forget check to check, let's just change it now to what we're talking about, battle to battle. You live in battle to battle. You live in opportunity given to opportunity given. And in battle rap, another thing that the battlers have allowed the climate to become is they allowed it to be controlled by certain gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say league owners, like whatever, right? So the battlers don't even have like a union where they control it. So if you're not getting booked, or if you're not in demand, or if you don't have a good network, or you're not in tight with certain people or whatever, or you get shelved, if that's your only source of income, and you're saying I got to do what I got to do to feed my family, that person is really fucked up. Then you know what I'm saying? Just imagine that person got to go right back to UPS's hiring type of situation ASAP. So I'm not gonna take that, but I still want to make the point that I see when I see people around saying like, oh, he had to. I just feel like the people that would co-sign pure 100% clear cut wrong, they themselves have those turncoat type of capabilities within them, because wrong is wrong, a lie is a lie. And if I'm talking about like specifics of like, let's just say like, I'm not doing a battle anymore. If you sign a contract or if you have an agreement, you really can't say like, and be real or be honorable or be professional and say, I was offered a better battle, or I was offered more money, or I was offered this multi deal over here. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to do that. I mean, Ice Spice just had that same type of fire, right? Promoters had her booked. All of a sudden, her celebrity, her draw, it jumped up. And then she didn't want to fulfill some of those promoters that she already had booked with, and it became controversial. It's just like, okay, your bag is up and all of this. You're a bigger artist now, whatever. But I already had you locked in. We already had an agreement. We already signed on this. Being real would be this big person still coming back down to the ground and saying, I agreed to that. I signed that. I might have even taken a deposit for that. You know what I'm saying? And then it'd be worse when, because some of these promoters, aka league owners as well, we could talk about the music industry just to make the point, mix that in. You know, some of them are very, very happy at times just getting their fucking deposit back, because some people, some battlers are too small and not worth to go into court over. You know, if you get a $200 deposit, nobody's taking you to court. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you're not worth it. Let's be real. Sorry, it's true. You're not worth going to court over. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of league owners in that type of situation will just be like, yo, just give me my fucking money back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out. But then it'd be crazy where it's just like, I'm in the right and I can't even get my money back, or I gotta wait for my money. You know what I'm saying? And that's another point that shows the situation that people be in. They show their hand to the public without even knowing. So let's say I gave a battler that dropped out of one of my cards um a $750 deposit, right? And then he told me some bullshit about whatever. And next thing I know, I'm interpreting this as, all right, he's not doing the fucking battle. And I give him the opportunity, yo, just give my money back. And he don't have the 750 to give me. What does that mean about the person's financial position? If you don't even have the $750 deposit to give back to me after you wronged me and my agreement, what does that say about your financial position? And now I know your financial position. These other business people know your financial position. That puts you in even worse of a situation, whether you realize it or not. I'm going to bring that last point that I just made full circle in a second. I want to talk about loyalty. In battle rap, it's like 95%. There's no such thing as loyalty. All right. The classic Chris Rock shit. People are as loyal as their opportunities. 100%. This ain't a diss. This ain't a shot. Niggas say my company's name on camera, whatever. I don't fucking go crazy over it. So now when I say niggas' names, don't go crying. Okay. But let me use the example of like Tay Rock. Right. I seen Tay Rock's recent interview. And shout out to Tay Rock. Tay Rock is welcome to come to RBE for any event. You could come spectate, have a good time, have a drink. He could co-host, come enjoy the show. He's welcome. Shout out to Tay Rock. Right. But I seen Tay Rock's recent interview. And everybody knows Tay Rock has always done the super URL. And RBE is the ops, and even using words such as ops, right? He's been doing that for years. Cool. Shout out to him. But I seen a recent interview of him after the event that just ended was over. And towards the end of it, he said something to the extent of, if I come over there, they would have to give me what they gave Mook. That to me is a gotcha. That thought, that statement should never even come into his mind. It should never even be said, because you're so anti-RBE, whether that's just battle rap shit or whether you really mean all that shit or whether you so whatever the case, that's his business, right? But you're supposed to be so anti-RBE that it should never have anything to do with a dollar. It should have nothing to do. If we're talking about loyalty, loyalty has nothing to do with a dollar. People's loyalty is circumstantial. You should never even say the words, they would have to give me this to make me go. It should be like, ARP could have $5 million for me. I'm not going because there's this word called loyalty involved. Surf did the same thing. And shout out to Surf. And I said this already. So it's not like, oh, you're talking behind Surf's back. I said this already. I did a whole blog on it. I'm just reiterating it now because it makes the point. Like when Surf would say loyalty, and I did a blog breaking it down, I said, dude, you did a 15 minutes of fame interview saying that I took ARP's contract. I went over here and I said, y'all give me some more money or else I'm going over there. Right. I said, that breaks loyalty. That's not loyalty. That's not loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And then I did my little shot, got back on camera when people was getting a little bit too big for themselves and saying things like, you know, if URL books a verb, then I'm going to battle on RB. And I was just like, I make that decision. I'm the only person that makes that decision. That answer is no. You know what I'm saying? It's the same for rock, but it's no issue past that. But as far as who battles it and who doesn't, see, I'm the one that can say no matter how big of a battle rapper you are, that's being loyal to one's principles. That's me. You see, when I came out, I did that blog and I said, no surf. I don't care what A Verb or Yoshi G does. You're not battling here no matter what. You're welcome to come by. He's come to a million events. You're welcome to come by. We're going to see each other. We're going to smile in each other's faces. We're going to have a good time. We're going to yuck it up. We're going to shake hands. We're going to tell each other on camera we support each other and all that type of shit. But as far as exchanging a dollar or you battling on RBE, that will never happen. That's my right to do. I can make that decision, right? That's me standing on certain morals and principles, right? It's not about the fact that Sue Surf is one of the biggest names in the game and I could possibly make some pay-per-view money off of him. You see the difference. And that's what's so funny to me too. It's just like I'm surrounded by all these gangsters, all these street niggas, all these people that see real nigga this, real nigga that. Why is the soft-spoken, Harvard-sounding league owner, non-street guy, glasses wearing? Why am I realer than y'all niggas? Like that's not supposed to happen. Money is never supposed to come into the equation when we're talking about loyalty. Now, the loyalty thing and some of the points I was making earlier about showing your hand, right? Like, for example, even if you publicly or privately like can't return that $750 that I was talking about earlier. And I'm not talking about anybody specific, right? If somebody got 750, don't I just made that number up, y'all, right? I'm just trying to make my points. When the league knows that, you know what type of shit I've been through over the last 10 years with battle is? Now I'm not going to say any names, of course. I'm going to say real situations. I've had battlers that called me and looked for help because it was Mother's Day coming up. It looked for help because it was one of their children's birthdays coming up. I've had a battler ask me for a piece of his back end to get a haircut. I've had a battler ask me to front him some money so he can get money while moving through the airport. I mean, get food while moving through the airport. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these battlers will come to you for petty money, $20, $40, $50, right? And what happens is the league owners now know, oh, you don't have $750 to give me. Both sides of the equations be knowing that. And some people will use that against you. And here's a shout out to URL that people may not expect. Here's a big shout out to URL. There's a lot of battlers that deserve to be marked out by any league because the league owners be knowing you as loyal as your opportunity. We like Bishop and Q at the lockers. Like, we're going to hug, we're going to shake hands, but when we over each other's shoulders, like, we fucking rolling our eyes and shit. League owners be knowing that the battlers are full of shit, that the battlers are smiling in their face, screaming loyalty this, loyalty that. And the moment you are given some type of opportunity, the moment somebody calls you for Max Out or Gnome or Summer Madness or Blackout or Chrome 23 big card or offers you Cassidy or Hitman or Mook or Big K or Ill Will or Tay Rock or Jazz or a big ass bag or more money double than what you ever earned, the league owners know your loyalty is gone. That's why y'all be signing contracts, right? Long term at that. League owners know. League owners know. So they actually sometimes be like just playing the game with you, just playing the chess with you. We just smiling in each other's face. Because I know if ARP offered you $1 million, you would go, despite how much you say URL for life. Same thing for me. I know how much you tell me brick by brick shit and all that type of shit. And then you get a call. Niggas be like, yo, I got $500,000 for you. What's up? What we doing? And that's cool. But it's part of being real. Just be like that. Just be real. Don't do the whole I'm so loyal this, I'm so loyal that. And what happens is when you expose your hand and then the league owner knows like, oh, last year this person called me for $50. Oh, this person quit their job because I gave them a 5-battle deal. Oh, this person over here, I told him don't do this card over there. He listened to me because I offered him divide and conquer. So he stopped everything that was going on. Now the league owner knows this person don't stand on shit. This person is buyable. This person is weak. This person is broke. I'm not using offensive words here. I'm using real words here. This person is broke. And it be used against you. And sometimes deservingly. Because look at the nature of how the battler moves. Look at the nature of how the battler moves. It's like you damn some not everybody, because there'd be legitimate situation, but some of y'all like you deserve to get marked out for how you move. You deserve to be marked out for presenting loyalty and you not loyal at all. You deserve to be marked out for looking at me to be your daddy and talking about you feeding your kids and your family because I'm ready to give you a check for $400. You don't. You deserve some of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, are we league owners perfect? Have we done things where it's just like, oh, you took advantage? Every fucking league owner could be looked at as they've taken advantage of a given situation, maybe paid a little bit less than they should have, maybe tried to find a way to tuck here or tuck there or whatever. Like league owners, of course, are going to conduct business like that with people that they can't trust. And you could only trust like 5% of the people in the entire culture, if that. 5% might be a stretch. 5% might really be a stretch. I feel like one day I'm going to run down like the battlers that I trust. And I feel like maybe you can guess some of them, but the people that might be left off that list, you might be shocked. And if you get shocked and I decide, like, you want to know what? I'm in full podcast mode now. I don't give a fuck about battle rap matchmaking no more. I'm not doing cards no more. I'm just going to sit up here and tell y'all the real about the. Anytime something happens, I'll be like, oh, let me tell you about him. Fuck it. And you'd be like, oh, word? Yeah. The realest nigga right there. I'll tell you what he did one day. Let me tell you what the realest nigga over there said to me one day behind niggas' backs, behind this league back, or behind that. And I know that shit happened to me too. I know motherfuckers that get around me and say certain shit and then get around other people and say fuck ARP or fuck RBE or they this or they that. And we could all just play the game together, right? It's cool. It's cool. But let's just establish what a real nigga is and what a real nigga ain't in the meantime. Kavion said dirty game. Every industry. ARP giving out free angles one day. One day I will. Because it's gonna be like, you never really fucked with me, so let me show you the same energy that you. I got genuine people 100%, and I'll never violate them ever. Will carry their water forever, and I expect them to carry mine. But the fake people, the league owners know, not just me. The league owners know. Loyal, huh? Real nigga, huh? Real woman, huh? Could have fooled me.